Okay, hello to my platinum level VIPs, my coaching group. Before we start, I want to explain why I chose this video. First, it's free and easy to access on YouTube. I don't want this to feel like homework or something you have to hunt down or pay for just to participate. But most importantly, I chose a compilation like this on purpose. These are short clips from shows you may or may not even care about, but the most important thing is these aren't people you know personally, so you're most likely not emotionally invested in these people or their outcomes or their relationships, and that's exactly the point. I want you to start by just noticing how your body and your energy respond when you witness certain behaviors, without needing to pick sides or analyze people's motives or decide who's right or wrong. Just pay attention to moments where you feel tense or uncomfortable or irritated, confused, or in some situations maybe evenly oddly calm, because that there's certain behaviors that maybe we grew up around, and so we're used to them, and so maybe they don't make us as frazzled as they would make somebody else. Just notice the moments where your body responds, whether that's anxiety or if your body relaxes. This first part isn't about evaluating or fixing anything. It's just about being aware. It's about your awareness. We're letting your nervous system speak before your mind jumps in. Later we'll go slower and we'll go deeper, but for now just watch and notice how it feels to observe these dynamics from the outside. Quick little disclaimer before we go any further. I don't actually support reality TV as an industry. At this point, we all know how these shows work, right? And the type of people who still want to go on them are usually looking for attention, validation, fame, admiration, all those things. And honestly, that alone is a red flag. But on top of that, producers and showrunners, they intentionally manipulate situations to get reactions for ratings. They poke at people's trauma. They say things they know will trigger them. Then they'll ask a neutral question once the person's already upset. And then they edit it so it looks like the person's overreacting to something harmless when the trigger itself was completely removed. So we think, oh, they just asked a generic question. Why is that person flipping out? You know what I mean? So no, I'm not endorsing this behavior or this industry. What I'm using it for is pattern recognition. It's actually really useful for learning how toxic dynamics look, feel, and escalate, especially when you can observe it, like I said, without being personally involved. I am pretty much against reality TV at this point. The way it has shifted is ridiculous. When it first started, it was kind of okay, we're just kind of watching people live their lives, whatever, that's interesting. If you've been watching long enough, you'll remember, if you ever watched Real Housewives of New Jersey. I'm not affiliated with any of these people, let me say that, blah, blah, blah. Real Housewives of New Jersey started it with Teresa flipping the table, right? And she takes great pride in this, that she made reality TV what it is today. Ever since then, it's like every show, every season is trying to outdo the last one to be, dramatic and blah, blah, blah. And so people have been watching this. We're in 15 years now, and people are numb to this kind of behavior now. And it has normalized narcissism and being dramatic and being toxic and all this stuff. And every, particularly Bravo, I'm not a fan of Bravo or Andy Cohen. Bravo used to be the thinking person's channel, and now it's just garbage. But every single show you see has nothing but narcissists and sociopaths on it. Nothing but toxic behavior. And it's the more toxic it is, the higher the ratings. And that's all Bravo and Andy care about. So I had to say that. I am not a fan of this stuff, but I can't stop it. It's a train that's been going, like I said, for 15 years now. So I feel like that's okay. We'll use it. We'll use it to identify toxic behavior. Let me also say, I don't own any of this footage, obviously. I didn't create these videos. I'm not trying to take ownership of it. I'm just using them as examples. Okay, so once you've got the clip queued up, We'll pause now until you're queued up. If you're not queued up and situated, get your dinner, get your drink, whatever. Get queued up, get situated, then come back, hit play, and then we will count down and start together. Okay, let me say this first clip is from the early days of the Kardashians. And I hate the show. Sorry if you guys like it. Hate the show, but like using the early days because everybody was very much into their ego, just like most of the reality people. Very much in their ego. It was before they learned about getting backlash and public reaction and started to learn how to be more covert narcissists. So the early seasons are really good. So this first clip is in I believe the first season, I'm not sure, but it's titled Khloe and Kourtney versus Kim's Purse. This will be very good. You'll see everybody's kind of behaviors on display. All right, so we're gonna count down and hit play at the same time. When you're ready, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, they drive me so crazy. Okay. Pause. Okay. First, that she's standing at the door eavesdropping. That is so immature. I can't stand that. If you have something to say, walk in and say it, But no, I want to hear everything they're saying first. This is why these clips are good, because it's the early days before people, like I said, got feedback and learned how to mask their stuff. Okay, play. Pause. Never okay. Okay, play. Oh, this drove me crazy when this first aired. This woman drove me nuts. Pause for a second. I don't want you to miss anything. At this time, this woman had a show, quote unquote, based on her. She could do readings and stuff. But this is the difference between people who are tapped into energy in a positive way and in a dark way. She was very dark. There's no, I remember seeing this and it drove me so nuts. How can you speak like this? And using their quote unquote gifts for bad. And if you notice, here we are 15 years later, you don't hear about this woman anymore. I personally believe, entertainment purposes only, she probably lost her gift. It will go away if you use it for bad. Okay, play. But again, we're just noticing how you feel watching these behaviors. You don't have to name them. And they're telling her to stop, and she can't stop herself. That's a friggin' narcissist. They're all narcissists. It's uncomfortable, right? And it's all ego. Everyone is in their ego is the problem. No one is looking for conflict resolution. They keep escalating because they feel embarrassed, and now I have to retaliate or I have to go bigger. This is the culmination of so many decades of family secrets. Oh, out of the family secret. Ugh. Such a spoiled little bitch. I'm sorry, I can't stand her. But at least back here, she, like I said, didn't know how to hide her narcissism. Mm, this is so bad. I can't stand these people. Ugh. These women have always drove me crazy because you're like middle aged. How are you still so like emotionally immature? Oh Lord. We may need to do a study just on individual people from these shows. Each one has a laundry list of toxic behaviors. And again, it's funny to look back because all these things all these facades they were all trying to present have like all the stuff's come out and their lives have changed drastically, and it's hilarious looking how they were trying to present themselves a certain way. Mm. Oh. Oh my goodness. It's uncomfortable. The four uh, I don't know these people. I apologize. I've never seen this show. I don't know anybody. People who are saying I'm not fake, they're usually fake. Other people that are always like, I don't lie, they're usually liars. The more you profess to be something, the more I know you're not that. Rich people don't have to convince you they're rich. Intelligent people don't have to convince you they're intelligent. Decent people don't have to convince you they're decent. This is all ego. Oh God, you can feel the ego. Oh, classic. Do you feel the secondhand embarrassment? Ah, her ego was so out of control. One good thing is, when you see people with egos this out of control, they're always humbled. She has since been humbled. Not that he's any better. What? With all the stuff you said? I've never seen this either. I'm sorry. Maybe this wasn't a good one to pick. I don't know these people. Two people constantly talking over each other. Again, nobody is interested in conflict resolution. They just keep escalating. I don't know these people either. Two nurses trying to date. I'm sorry, I'm so quiet. I don't watch any of these shows. I'm stunned by, like, what people are willing to do for a little notoriety. Like, I've never watched any of these dating island things. Concept to me is just ridiculous. Like, do people not know what happens on these shows before they go on it? I don't understand. Okay, so let's wrap this up. Okay, so again, we're not overthinking, we're just being aware, right? Just noticing the energy, right? And let's take a breath, right? Because I know if you're sensitive to energy, you're probably not feeling that great. So let's just take a breath in through our nose, breathe out of your mouth. Don't carry this energy with you, okay? We're just looking at what's happening between these people, right? We're looking, is anybody, chasing approval? Yes. Is anybody holding back? No. Like, but where is the tension residing in you? In your body or in the story? Wherever you notice, there's no, wrong answer. I just want to show you that you can feel this stuff, right? You can feel when something isn't right, when something is toxic. And when there's more blah, blah, blah explaining than actually taking action. People are just kind of justifying instead of going inward. Like, what can I do? Where's my accountability? You know what I mean? There's more defending and escalating, and it's all ego-based. But also, mind you, people have huge egos because they're insecure. People who are secure don't really live in ego. They don't have to. But again, there's more talk and escalating than repair. And this is important because people often equate words with closeness, but your body knows when actions aren't aligned. You know what I mean? So I just wanted you to see and feel the energy, because you can feel there is no resolution. Very, very tense. And the back and forth, escalating and avoidance and anxious chase dynamics and inconsistency and blah, blah, blah. Like, I just wanted you to feel all those things. And then we'll get into naming them. But the more I watch this, the more I think we need to go, like, deep dive into certain characters. We might be doing that. All right. If anybody has any suggestions for the next dinner movie, let me know. Otherwise, I'll probably do more clips because, again, they're available just on YouTube. All right. Have a good day, guys. Sending positive energy your way.